I'll speak briefly about Saudi Arabia and also the general question in the Arab world. Look, I don't know the facts about what happened any more than all of you. I don't have any special information. If that report is true, it's obviously a reprehensible action. But I believe also in consistency of moral outrage. If we are outraged by the murder of one, we should be 100 times more outraged by the murder of 100. And we should be 500,000 times more outraged by the murder of 500,000 innocents. And so when I see, there are a lot of people who are very consistent about that. I'm not going to again wade into your political debate. But it is hard for me to take seriously statements by people about the outrage that this caused and their call for a fundamental change to the relationship with Saudi Arabia when they supported an agreement that gave an avowed enemy of the United States hundreds of billions of dollars, that has enabled Assad to kill 500,000 Syrians, to gas children. Iranian diplomats tried to perpetrate a terror attack in Europe to kill opposition leaders in Paris. I did not hear many calls in many quarters to fundamentally change the relationship. So I just believe should not allow an action like that to go unanswered. But we also have to be careful at throwing away a relationship that has strategic value. And Saudi Arabia is a country that America does not share values with, but you share interests with. Israel's the only country in the Middle East that you don't have to choose between your interests and your values. You get both. With Saudi Arabia, you have many interests. With Iran, you have neither interests nor values. And there are countries in our region. Turkey has more journalists in prison than any single country in the world. Did anyone know that? Probably not. You don't hear a lot of talking about it. I know that the president of Turkey is doing whatever he can to raise pressure. Al Jazeera, that's run by the government of Qatar. That's a television with a state. And it's the most vicious anti-Americanism that you could see, anti-Semitism. And yet you have Turkey and Qatar pushing hard to ruin the relationship between Israel and Saudi Arabia. So I think the administration, when they know all the facts, are going to have to decide how can they, on the one hand, make clear that this action is unacceptable, but also not throw out the prince with the bathwater. Let's put it that way.